right now on News 10 ABC at 11.
Transgender dilemma. Parents take a stand tonight after one local school planned to vote on letting transgender students use the restroom of their choice. Where will they go? The red light cameras got the green light, but where will they be watching you? A forum tonight to help pick the best spots. Shelter from the storm. Did Glens Falls approve a code blue shelter just as more cold weather bears down on the capital region?
It's right now on News 10 ABC at 11.
And we begin with a storm tracker alert. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Elisa Streeter.
And I'm John Gray sitting in for Mark tonight. Snow, rain, yes, freezing rain too. All of what many in the capital region are dealing with right now and maybe well into the morning. And
we want to take a live look outside of the roads. You can see this is I-87 at exit 15 in Saratoga. Lots of snow starting to cover up those roads. We can hear it outside on the road.
Yeah, ping, ping, ping. Let's bring in our meteorologist, Tim Drawbridge. A look at what's happening out there right now. And now this is the stuff that can be dangerous, Tim.
Yes, it can. Check out this weather shot behind me because we've got a little bit of ice accumulation here on the side of this truck. This is courtesy of Asselin and Clarksville, just to the southwest of Albany. Should make your way into the higher terrain. And yeah, some of us are dealing with some light freezing rain, like those of you over in Pittsfield. That's the report from Pittsfield Municipal. Some light rain at Bennington, though, 33 your way. And then we have light snow falling up at Glens Falls. In fact, speaking of that DOT camera at exit 15 Wilton, 1.5 inches of snow, both being reported out of Saratoga Springs and Ballston Spa. Winter weather advisory is posted for the entire viewing area because of the snow, the sleet, and the freezing rain as we head through this overnight period. Latest storm tracker high definition radar shows the activity. We'll zoom on northbound. This is where we find the snows right now. A little bit of sleet from time to time. North Creek to Bolton, Bakertown to Glens Falls, and then Malta to Galway up toward Northville. We find the mixed precipitation as you make your way basically just to the southwest of Gloversville and Johnstown toward Canajoharie. Mixed precipitation across the 88 corridor on into Greene County. We find still perhaps a little bit of snow as you make your way just north and west of Saugerties toward Palinville, with more mixed precipitation as you make your way back through Columbia County and on into the Berkshires. Last stop, the Taconics of Rensselaer County on into Bennington. Shows yes, indeed, toward Morse Airport. Some light rain falling, but not too far away, some mixed precipitation. All right, the 48-hour forecast as we head through tonight. Temperatures continue to slowly rise as everybody will be trending to rain, but please be careful to the north and the northeast of Albany as that light freezing rain will be an issue as we head toward 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Still parts of Warren County, Washington County, and I think northeastern Saratoga County into Vermont. Perhaps a rain shower for tomorrow. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy, breezy, 45, and then turning cooler for Thursday. More details about the Storm Tracker 70 forecast coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes. John?
Quick reminder that you can track this storm right from your home. Do it in your pajamas if you want to. We don't care. Log on to news10.com, click on weather, and you have the interactive radar. We're showing it to you right now. You can keep tabs on the weather right in your specific neighborhood.
Happening now, the Shenandoah School District has just voted to change its policy regarding bathrooms to accommodate transgender students.
This despite many passionate objections tonight from parents. Controversial proposal passed just moments ago. News 10 ABC's Rachel Yankunis was there. She joins us live outside Gowana Middle School in Clifton Park with the latest close vote. Rachel.
John, 4 board members voted for the policy, 2 were against it. And parents, they got up to speak again after they took the vote, expressing their concerns and anger towards the board for passing the policy despite the overwhelming opposition. But other people who were in support, including a Shen High School senior, they say that this is a step in the right direction. Some are calling it progressive.
I applaud the board for putting this forward.
Others say it's just wrong.
If you have male genitalia, you go to the boys' room. If you do not, you go to the girls' room.
Dozens of people lined up at the Shenandoah School Board meeting to voice their opinions on the board's new policy concerning transgender restrooms. Effective immediately, the policy will give transgender students the choice to use restrooms based on their gender identity, regardless of biological makeup. Just the thought outraged many parents.
Parents, not only is this policy dangerous for your children,
But equally alarming is the arrogant disregard for your authority and your family's values displayed by the administration and 5 board members.
But then Kirsten O'Sullivan walked up to the mic, a senior at Shenandoah High. I could see she was nervous. She quivered a bit. And then the nerves went away as the 18-year-old advocated for friends she says are suffering.
I think that if someone's facing so much struggle and they have such a difficult and arduous life as it is, that I don't think we should make it harder for them. We should be loving. Like I said up there, we should be loving. And no matter what your religion is, all of them have the basis of love.
Board President William Casey says he voted yes because of the changing needs of students.
We are elected to lead, and I believe that this board is leading on this.
Now that this has passed, the administration will go in and review and look over the regulations to enforce this policy. But Casey tells me that this policy is effective immediately. Live in Saratoga County, I'm Rachel Yankunis, News 10 ABC.
All right, Rachel, an update now to a story we've been determined to follow for you. Plans for a Code Blue emergency homeless shelter up in Glens Falls unveiled at the City Planning Board meeting tonight. This comes after officials there were forced to close the Open Door Ministry shelter when it failed to submit an application to the city. Now the process has to start all over again. City leaders say Open Door Ministries wants to use a facility on Warren Street for emergency housing for up to 19 people. The Planning Board has yet to vote on this proposal. We'll let you know as soon as it happens.
New tonight, we're learning more about what it will be like when red light cameras are catching drivers in Albany in the near future, and officials still need your help identifying which intersections will get those cameras. News 10 ABC's Marty Kasper has been dedicated to following this story. He joins us live on Henry Johnson Boulevard with some insight of how this is all going to work out. Marty.
Well, good evening, Elisa. There was a lot of concerns from residents tonight, but there was also a lot of hope that these red light cameras might make Albany safer. For people who came to tonight's meeting, they actually left feeling better about the project. 20 red light cameras, 20 intersections.
These cameras will have nothing to do with speed. They are just for red lights.
The sole focus, stop people from running red lights.
It is about safety more than anything else.
Joe Silva has lived in Albany for 4 decades. He sometimes escapes to Florida, where he's concerned about their red light cameras.
We have red light cameras there, but apparently from the way Deputy Chief Cox explained it, this is going to be a little bit different.
What's different? No cameras at intersections with allowable right on reds. The yellow light times all have to be 4 seconds long.
The companies will never have access to the timing of our lights.
And any tickets issued must be certified by Albany Police before being sent out. Deputy Chief Cox adds during extreme weather, tickets may not be issued.
What I don't want is it to just be a revenue stream.
Albany Police identified 30 intersections most prone to accidents and are sifting through accident reports to learn why the crashes happened.
Until we pull the actual reports, that's going to let us know that, okay, these were right-angle crashes and the red light camera system should make a difference at this intersection.
Some people worry drivers will flood onto side streets to avoid the camera intersections.
In Lakeland, I did that a few times.
Ultimately deciding to just deal with the camera.
It gets kind of a bother after a while. You just like going through the same old intersections, you know? You just have to be careful of it, that's all.
Police are also considering the layout of intersections, road conditions, and the age of the equipment.
If the equipment is too outdated, it's not going to work with the red light camera system.
If a camera can remind somebody, slow it down, you know, it may prevent a lot of accidents.
Now, police are studying traffic data from the last 3 years. They hope to have the 20 intersections picked by this January, but they have not picked them yet, and they're still looking for your help. If you'd like to give your input, you can head to our website, news10.com. Live in Albany, I'm Marty Kasper for News 10 ABC.
All right, Marty, new details of the story first told you about last night at 10. At last check, Washington County Sheriff's deputies have not found the person who may be able to shed some light on a deadly crash or accident in Argyle. Police say a driver trying to pass a car on State Route 197 somehow struck 2 women walking alongside the road. One of the women, 36-year-old Tanya Crozier, died. The other's in stable condition. Investigators want to hear from the person driving the car that was passed just before this happened. No word yet, any charges for the driver. Happening at midnight tonight, Ellis Hospital closing the McClellan Street Emergency Department. That's a facility that used to be known as St. Clair's Hospital. The closure has been in the works now for years. It resulted of a recommendation to consolidate health care here across New York State. According to Ellis, all emergency services will now be provided at the Golub Center on Knott Street, the same number of beds as the two facilities now in one building.
No means no, and yes means yes. SUNY has adopted a new definition of sexual consent that requires a clear, affirmative agreement between partners. The SUNY Board of Trustees formally approved the new policy today, part of a larger effort to reduce sexual violence. The key points include the uniform definition of consent, where silence cannot be taken as a sign of permission, and consent may be withdrawn at any time. But there's also protections for those who fear coming forward and training for campus police. And then there's a victim bill of rights, which protects students from any undue pressure by college officials. Both students and administrators give this policy the thumbs up.
Influence of drugs or alcohol, and then you're scared to report it because you might get in trouble for that. Like, now you can report it because you're not going to get in trouble for that.
At that age, or when you're under the influence, you might not have clarity of that. But this, now having that policy out there, it's on the table and it's open, and so it's saying we want to hear from you. So I think from the administration side now, it's a beautiful way to say to somebody, please don't hesitate coming forth and tell us.
Now, this new policy was sent to each campus and student affairs offices today and applies to more than 430,000 SUNY students. The governor has set up a website regarding the policy, and you can find it by heading to our website, news10.com. Coming up on News 10 at 11, you've heard of smash and grab crimes?
How about smash and grab, then smash again and again and again? Watches a couple of car thieves end up in a demolition derby of sorts.
Plus, you would think that drought-ridden Southern California would be happy about rain, but what's headed their way won't make anyone very happy. Those stories when News 10 at 11 returns.
You're watching Elisa Streeter, Mark Baker, Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo, and Sports with Liana Bonavita. This is News 10 ABC at 11.
A horrific scene out of Knoxville, Tennessee, where investigators are trying to find out why two school buses collided. Two young children and an adult aide were killed. One of the buses was knocked on its side, the front end of the other completely smashed. The rainy, wet patch of road was strewn with debris. The buses collided just after school got out. More than 20 children were injured. The killed students were between kindergarten and third grade. Police at the scene choked up with emotion.
We just ask the community to pray for the loss of lives.
Most of the students who were hurt suffered bumps and bruises. A scary ending to a police chase in Texas. Watch as a car speeds down two-lane road as police give chase. The driver tries to pass a pickup truck, but an oncoming car causes it to swerve and sideswipe the pickup. Both wind up in that grassy ditch. The suspect gets out, tries to run away, but as usual, police officers track him down.
They never get away. Brazen thieves making off with high-priced luxury cars in Seattle. They don't care how they're doing it. Sometimes they will smash the car they're stealing just to get away. Take a look at this. Police say the thieves busted in the window here of a dealership, grabbed the keys. The latest heist, a BMW, which will then just go ramming through a barrier of cars. 3 other high-end vehicles also stolen over the weekend. Police want to know if they are the same suspects. 7 people, including 5 teenagers, would you believe, arrested so far. And watch this. A Florida man under arrest for causing a crash sent the car just flying through the air past the driveway. Police say the guy was drunk when he veered off the road, hit a tree, and up away he went, like a James Bond film, flipping over, slamming into a parked vehicle. Amazingly, maybe luckily, nobody got seriously hurt.
The biggest storm of the season is hitting the West right now, shattering 50-year-old records. Between fire-ravaged land and now record rain, many folks are worried about mudslides and more. In Glendora, California, neighbors are building a plywood wall, hoping it will be enough to protect their homes from a mudslide.
Let's just hope it comes gradually versus a heavy downpour.
The rain drought-ravaged California has been praying for it here. The problem is it may be too much, too fast for areas with charred hillsides from recent wildfires. It takes just a ½ an inch of rain in an hour to cause flash flooding in areas scorched by fire. People are ready to evacuate at a moment's notice.
Get the family out, get the dog out, grab the computer, the pictures, just like you did in the fire.
In the San Francisco Bay Area, river and creek levels are rising along with people's anxiety. In the city of Camarillo, an hour north of Los Angeles, mud is already flowing down a hillside hours before the expected heaviest rain. Weekend downpours triggered a rock slide on the Pacific Coast Highway, where a 10-mile stretch remains closed. The rain also causing major headaches on the road. The California Highway Patrol responding to more than 100 calls in Los Angeles alone.
Wow.
Now, forecasters say up to 5 inches could fall in some areas. The heaviest rain expected overnight, meaning it will likely be a sleepless night for those ready to evacuate.
Oh, boy. Let's talk about our weather now. We don't have it's not really rain, but more sleet and freezing rain and snow, right?
You got it, guys. In fact, it's all snow up across the Adirondacks into parts of the North Country. Check out this shot. This is from Whitehall. Don't have a number on it, but it looks about 2 to 3 inches of snow up that way. Thank you, Ashley. Some more snowfall totals and a look at the Storm Tracker high-definition radar. 7-day forecasts after the break.
Here's meteorologist Tim Drawbridge with your Storm Tracker forecast.
And welcome back, everyone. Got a variety of precipitation types going on across the region. We already know that. Some updated totals here. 1.3 inches of snow from East Dorset over in Vermont. Manchester with an inch of snow. Updated total from Greenfield. 3 inches of snow your way and 1/4 inch of snow in Amsterdam. First forecast shows by 7 o'clock in the morning, 37. Many of us dry in terms of a lack of precipitation. Maybe a couple of lingering showers northeast of Glens Falls. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy, breezy as we head through your Wednesday. Maybe a rain shower. Any widespread action will be after dark. All right, here's some more updated totals. Not many changes from what I read during the 10 o'clock newscast over on Fox 23 on top of what I just read a few moments ago. Bleecker, just west of Sacandaga in Fulton County, 3 inches of snow. Updated total from Queensbury at 3 inches. Schroon Lake is a little low, so this may be over 3 inches as well by now. 2.5 as of last check. Mayfield and Corinth at 2, and Ballston Spa and Saratoga Springs at $1.50. A couple of DOT cameras, at least one DOT with the webcam said this is Half Moon where the roads are wet. Just watch out because of the sleet and some of the pockets of freezing rain. It looks wet, but if you hit the brakes hard and you end up hitting the right spot, you could be sliding. Looks like a couple of inches of snow up at Lake Desolation. Thinking of the folks at the Mulvey Hill Snow Club in North Adams. It looks like the snow has eased up, as I did get a report of some rain just a little while ago in northern Berkshire County. 28 at Johnstown, 32 North Adams, 31 at Pittsfield, 30 at Bellaire Mountain. Colder up north, 28 North Creek, 28 at Glens Falls, 29 at Inlet. One of the other remarks on Facebook, the wind and some of the wind gusts across the higher terrain have been approaching 25 and 30 miles per hour in the last couple of hours. Not that bad right now, but again, that wind potential is again across the higher terrain tonight for all of us as we head through tomorrow. All right, satellite weather composite again with the pink and the purple. That's your mixed precipitation in terms of sleet and freezing rain. Snow north here, Warren County into northern Saratoga County, and there's more mixed precipitation coming up from Pennsylvania. So it's going to take a while for this milder air to work in and really overtake all of the cold air. And that's why we're going to continue to emphasize the threat of some mixed precipitation, in particular the freezing rain, freezing drizzle hanging on Warren County up into Rutland County points north as we head through the overnight period tonight. There's a wave of low pressure, still got to work through, so the precipitation does continue as we head through tonight. For your Wednesday, I wanted to say Thursday, get closer to the weekend, right? Perhaps a rain shower. Otherwise, the widespread shower activity comes in late tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening. As that colder air comes in, that threat of a rain shower eventually does change over to a snow shower. 2 to 4, again, this map is on our website, WTEN.com, right there on the home page. It's also on my Facebook pages, Twitter page. It's on CAP's fan club page. Coating to an inch, Albany into Rensselaer County, Columbia County, Berkshire County, Greene County, Ulster County, and the 88 quarter outside of Schenectady County. Helderberg's 1 to 2, Mohawk Valley 1 to 2, again 2 to 4 Adirondacks and across the high terrain of the Greens. So in the forecast for tonight, all the snow, the sleet, and the freezing rain changes over to plain rain gradually from southwest to northeast. Temperatures rising into the low and mid 30s in the Capital District by morning. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, the risk of a rain shower, 45. Rain showers transitioning to snow showers tomorrow evening. Mixed in clouds, breezy, dry, cool Thursday. And the next system a week when light mix approaching midnight Friday night to the first part of Saturday.
All right. Thanks so much, Tim.
Back with more after this. You know, Sunday marks the 73rd anniversary of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. More than 2,000 U.S. service members died. Survivors making their way back to Hawaii to remember that awful day. Two of them are from upstate New York. Larry Perry and Edward Stone leaving Onondaga County today with a group of other veterans going to Honolulu. Both more than 90 years old. They have similar memories of the attack. The difference now, Ed visits Pearl Harbor often. Larry has never been back.
As you get older, you think about all the guys that didn't get a chance to come home and have an opportunity like we have today.
Everybody thinks that we're heroes. It's just one of those things. We did our job.
And you are heroes, too. 24 veterans made the trip in 2013. Sadly, only 12 well enough to travel this year.
A Minnesota teenager knows the answer to the question, what would you do? Tucker Chapman was shopping at a Target store on Black Friday when he found $1,000 on the floor. He found a man frantically searching the aisles just around the corner. Chapman asked him if he was looking for something. The man said $1,000, and Chapman handed him the money.
It's not that easy. I mean, I was thinking about that and just thought the thought of spending that money just in general, just spending it would just give you a sick feeling. There's probably a kid, he was trying to use that money for his kids.
And there's that kid out there, he said that wouldn't get something. So that same night, a Target employee returned a missing wedding ring to a local woman who also found and returned someone else's credit card. Boy, it just renews your faith in humanity,
It does.
doesn't
There's
it?
still good people out there.
Lots of them.
Let's see what's going on in sports. Liana.
Hey guys, well there's a lot of basketball tonight. It's in full swing around the Capital Region. What teams tip off their seasons with a win though? Highlights coming up next in sports.
You're watching Liana Bonavita with News 10 ABC Sports.
Welcome back, everyone. We barely had a minute to breathe after high school football before shifting focus from the gridiron to the hardwood. Ton of Capital Region basketball games tipping off their seasons tonight. Bethlehem's John Sika signing his national letter of intent to Columbia just 2 weeks ago, standing at 6 feet 7 inches tall. Usually is the height advantage on most teams, but Guilderland's got some big boys too. One of the few Section 2 teams actually that can match up size-wise, making this a fun game to watch. Sika goes to work early, gets into the lane and sinks the first 2 of his 30 points tonight. But believe it or not, that total eclipsed by Andrew Platek. The sharpshooter looks even better from long range this year. Keep an eye on him the rest of the season. The senior drops 34 points tonight. He leads the Dutchman to the 67-56 win. It's the first win for new head coach Mike Parks. The Shenandoah boys tip off the season against Ballston Spa tonight. Sean Walsh puts the Scotties on the board in the first quarter. Ballston Spa up 3-2, but that would be their only lead. The Plainsmen outscore the Scotties 40-17 in the final 3 quarters. Shen picks up win number 1. And Colony hosting Columbia tonight. Tight game in the 4th quarter off the inbounds. Ryan Lambert open in the corner. He drains the triple to put the Garnet Raiders in front by 1. The Blue Devils, they take over from there. Jalil Nails showing off why he's playing D1 ball next year, sinking 3 of his 33 points. Columbia ends the game on a 19-9 run to take it 62-53. The Albany women's basketball team is 0 for 4 all-time against Hofstra. Looking for that first win over the Pride tonight. And before the game, Sharisha Richards was presented with a ceremonial ball to recognize her 1,000th career point scored on November 16th. She's only a junior, and tonight she's the only Lady Dane that can really get anything going. Down double digits, she gets to the rim to pull within 9. Next time down the court, going right back at it, she finished with 22 points and 8 rebounds, but it's not going to get the job done when the opposing team shoots 11 for 18 from behind the arc. Kelly Loftus led the way with 25 points, and the biggest issue tonight, turnovers. 25 of them for UAlbany, and the Lady Danes fall at home 65-55.
I would have done the exact same things that West Kentucky did to us, and they did the same kind of press, the half-court kind of press, you know, that really worked against us last time. I thought we did a pretty good job handling it, getting it through the press, but then coming down, we made silly, quick mistakes. We should have just been patient with the ball and you know, try to get it to Teresa.
The Lady Danes fall to 3-2 on the season. They now hit the road for the next 6 games. And turnovers, an issue tonight for Syracuse, too, down the stretch. Orange down 1 with less than 10 seconds to play. Caleb Joseph loses control of the ball, and Syracuse falls to 17th ranked Michigan on the road, 68-65. And in hockey, after winning 9 straight games, Adirondack cooling off a bit. They drop their 3rd straight game, 5-3.
Okay.
All right. Dropping snow.
Yeah, dropping snow, but it is transitioning to freezing rain and some sleet, going to some plain rain before wake-up time. Steve Keeling's got the update beginning at 5 a.m.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Stay safe. We'll see you soon.